Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe episode review for Season 4, Episode 22, otherwise known as The Good Lars, and I'm pretty sure most people can agree on the fact that this is probably one of the better episodes to do with Lars because, well, most people can tolerate him because from the fact that he's not really acting like a jerk in this episode. He's just kind of quiet and to himself. He's not acting like a jerk or a douchebag to Sadie or Steven in this episode. Maybe a few things here and there, but nothing's like, wow, that was kind of unnecessary. No, he's just kind of being himself as little as possible, really, because we find out this episode that the thing that he does in his free time, his hobby, is baking, of all things. He likes baking, snacks, treats, and sweets and everything like that, so like cake, cupcakes, and things like that. That's what he does, like, in his free time when he's not working or trying to be with the cool kids or anything like that. But yeah, who would have ever thought baking, and he seems really good at it since, Steven complimented him at it for two of his dishes. There was a pumpkin pie that looked like, actual pumpkin, and then ube, which is basically like some form of cake. So yeah, that's what Lars does, and why he's doing this, or at least why he's, making the cake, ube, is that, Sadie, Steven, and Lars, they all get invited to a party by the cool kids, and they said, oh yeah, bring food, because it's a potluck and all that stuff. So, Lars thought it would be pretty cool of him, kind of. He thought it was lame, but Steven did convince him, saying, like, nah, it's gonna be cool. Everyone's gonna know that you like to bake. That's gonna be really awesome and stuff like that. And Lars is actually gonna go through it, but it seems that he didn't show up to the party, later on through the episode, since Steven was looking for him and everything like that. I also like to make that, Steven is getting a lot better with his floating powers of all things, because, early on within the series, or at least when he first discovered it, he didn't exactly know how to use it, and when he figured out how to use it, he still didn't exactly have the best control of it. And I didn't exactly bring it up last episode, but it was real quick too, and that is when Steven and Connie were chasing an onion, marbles fell on the ground, and Steven very quickly, like, it's just second nature to him now, picked up Connie, and they floated over the marbles. That's what I like to see, and within this episode, when he's searching for Lars, he jumped really high in the air to pretty much, he could see the whole city, and he searched out for his name and everything like that. But, he has pretty much mastery over that power now, I would assume. So, really good job for Steven and everything like that. I was really hoping that he would master that power, because, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've said that he isn't exactly the strongest still, even with all the powers it has. He needs to master more of his powers if he wants to, like, stand a fighting chance against any gems. So yeah, I just want to, bring that out there. Steven and Sadie, they go their separate ways, say goodnight to each other, and just like with last episode, by the end of it, kind of like with Onion, but instead of being chased more or less, it kind of happened by the end of it, or at least we don't see it since it's off screen. Topaz and Aquamarine show up, and of course, they eventually kidnap Sadie. Eventually they do also get Lars, and I'm pretty sure they get him first, because that is more or less the reason why he didn't show up to the party, because, there's two options on how that happened. Because, well, one, he still had the confidence to go to the party, but, by the time he got to, like, the front door, basically, he just said, nah, I can't do it. Then he threw the ube in the garbage can, went home, or at least he was planning to, and then he gets captured by Topaz and Aquamarine. That is the most likely scenario. The other scenario is that he was actually fully willing to go to the party, but, the two gems stopped him in his tracks, and, coincidentally, his ube ended up in the open canned garbage can. So yeah, it's most likely the first option, things like that. But, for all I know, he could have had all the confidence to go through that front door and say hello to everyone and show them what he made. Who knows? But yeah, it's a pretty simple episode. It's a pretty great episode, honestly. With the fact that we have a character that not many people enjoy. He's kind of like one of the least favorite characters, the most hated, I should say, as well, characters, and I'm pretty sure not many people actually hate this episode. It's pretty simple. Lars is actually trying to grow as a character, and he did so, basically, in this episode, and, well, unfortunate timing and just, wrong place, wrong time, basically, he gets kidnapped, and, eventually so does Sadie, and that leads up to everything that's going to be happening. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other discussion topics you guys want me to talk about. I'll try to answer them the best I can. One, draw any fan art for the channel would be greatly appreciated. Email and Twitter will be in the description below. Support my Patreon if you want to. That'd be also greatly appreciated. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know to do. Bye.